at day 2 of CHA in Chicago, and we are at the Judikins booth here with Judy, and she is going to show us some of the amazing products that Judikins has come out with. Many of you probably already know Judikins because of their diamond glaze, which I know we've used a lot in our magazine, and it's a very popular product. It's very useful, very versatile, especially in hybrid scrapbooking. So I know that you might be familiar with a lot of the things they have, but I also know that there's some things I didn't even know they produce, and I love their products so much. They have such great quality and such great use in a hybrid context that I think you'll be really excited about some of the stuff they've come out with, and I'm really excited to have Judy show you. Judy, if you could tell us a little bit about the DG3, I think it would help us understand more about what it can do for people who like to create custom jewelry and things like that.
The DG3 is a glaze, and what's really nice about it is it's a clear glaze. So when you put it on a piece that's really thick, so more than 1/8 of an inch thick, when it dries nice and clear, and you can layer it. So when it dries, it shrinks in volume about 50%, but then I can add a second layer or even a third layer to fill something like one of these little pateras, which is a little pendant that looks like a little dish.
I think that makes it much more sturdy than like the epoxy sticker type thing that people put over the top of
Right.
And it gives it a little bit more of a glaze and shimmer.
This is something that I think is just a little bit more permanent.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Well, and I think it makes it easier to make sure that you're not going to lose that prized design work behind it too.
Right.
Where some of the other ones that you snap in place, they fall out,
Possibly.
they damage. Yeah,
Sure.
That's really nice. So I thought this was a really great product because I know a lot of us as hybrid scrapbookers like to make our own charms with our computers. We like to create joy for our family and friends. And of course, I'm sure there's a lot of other ways we could utilize this in our scrapbooks to get a little bit of pop. So I appreciate you showing us that. Okay, one thing to note about the DG3 is that it is water-based. So if you have an inkjet printer, it is wise that you test your images first, your prints, before you apply this. Because some inkjet printers do not make water-resistant or waterproof prints. Or if you're using it on materials where your inkjet printer can't create a waterproof seal, you're going to want to make sure you don't use this product because you will find that it will cause the inks to run or bleed and it'll damage your beautiful work of art. So instead, Judikins has thought ahead and they've created Gel du Soleil, which, right?
Yes, that's perfect.
Gel du Soleil, which is kind of like the DG3 except for that it is cured by UV rays and the sun, basically. Or if you have a UV light, if you live in an area where you don't have a lot of sunlight or you're doing this during a bad time of year for sun, you can place your product underneath the UV light and it will help it cure. And it will work through glass and other items, so you have a variety of ways that you can utilize this to create your projects. But for a product like the necklaces where we were showing you, putting an image inside the charm, you may want to use the glue du soleil or the gel du soleil instead, because that would prevent you from having any damage to the image underneath or any issues with it running. So they've really thought ahead for you and have provided products that will work just right with whatever type of printing you use. So I just want to make sure you understand the difference and always check your printer first to make sure that it'll work with water-based products. Another thing that I love about Judikins is their embossing powder. They have a variety of colors, which we'll show you later, but their embossing powder is just really beautiful, and they have so many different shades, and the texture and the look of the final product is so nice.
Thank you.
Is there anything special you want to tell us about your embossing powder?
All of our embossing powders, they work great on the paper. You can stamp the image and the powder will stick to the lines. We have a series of opaque powders where they cover up whatever color ink you have on them. We also have a series of translucent powders that if I use purple ink underneath white powder, it makes the color lilac or lavender. And then the one that you have in your hand are the twinkle powders, which have the color of the powder, which is opaque, and then the matching color of glitter. And it just adds that extra sparkle and pizzazz to whatever you want to decorate.
Yeah, I really noticed that. There's just so much beauty to the dimensions in their glitter and their color. It's really, really nice. So I love that. We're also going to talk about this product that has really excited me. They call it Transit. And Transit's going to allow you guys to take your digital prints and designs to another level because you can now transfer them to any surface. And it doesn't matter if you have an inkjet printer or a laser printer, this product is available for you to use in an array of projects. And we're also gonna have a demonstration, and Judy's gonna show us how we can utilize this product. And on top of that, we're gonna be able to throw out some other ideas on how you can put this into work in your own scrap and craft stuff. Can you tell us about these papers that we use with the Transit?
This paper is an inkjet transparency, and you can run that through your home inkjet printer. There is a definite side of it that's a little rougher that you'll know that's the side to put the ink on. But you just run that through the inkjet and then you apply the Transit on the top. And I'll show you that in a second.
Okay.
And then this product is called rinse away paper. And the rinse away paper is for laser copies. So it's something that you put through a laser printer or a photocopy machine, and you apply the Transit to the printed side. And when you soak the paper to wash it away, this rinse away paper just completely dissolves. It's wonderful. It's not, there we go.
Okay. So as you can see, when you squirt water on it, it pretty much just dissolves right away. And so the inks that are on top of it, that you've applied to it using the laser printer, stay behind, and this just fades away. So using your inkjet printer, you can print out your digital components, whether it be pictures of your children, designs that you've purchased and want to use, a variety of stuff, anything digital that you print out onto the inkjet paper. And you can feel, as she said before, the rough side which you would have printed on. And Judy's going to show us how you apply the Transit, and then we'll also show you how you can remove the product or the image.
So you take a little bit of the Transit, and I just spread it on the photograph here. Just keep spreading that on, and you want a relatively thick layer. I would let that dry, and then in about 15 minutes, that's going to be nice and clear. I'm going to apply a second layer in a horizontal fashion, let that dry, and then one more layer in a diagonal fashion, and then let that dry.
And now the image is ready to be peeled back. So carefully you work the image slowly. Right?
You're
pull
doing
back.
exactly what you need to do.
Just keep going slowly.
That's perfect. You're okay. You're okay.
Ruin the image. It's actually very easy to peel. I'm surprised. I'm just going to peel around.
You're doing a great job.
Not making a botch of it.
Nope, nope.
And I would assume you could also use like a knife.
Right, and then what you do is, when you've got all these crazy edges, you can just take your scissors, and it's really easy to cut this so that you've got nice, clean edges.
Okay.
Or you can even cut around it if you want.
Follow the design.
Follow the design. And then this is going to be the little decal that you can glue onto. So flip over, and then you can glue that onto your piece.
So you can glue it onto whatever accent you're going to use it for, or you can apply it into like she was showing us earlier, into your charms, and then seal it in even better. So you've got a ton of options available to you, and this just lets you take your digital images and pop them up to the next level.
It's great on clear embellishments or clear albums, clear panels, glass.
This would be really cool on a transparency album because you could completely create a unique look, and then on top of it you could paint behind it, add glitter, other embellishments, even the diamond glaze on top of it to create really cool looks and enhance those transparency books. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So, yeah.